Hello everyone, my name is Anil Reddy. This is an illustration of solving a basic camera and object track using mmSolver inside Maya. I'm going to use simple Maya primitives for the demonstration purposes, and I thank David Cattermole for developing this amazing tool. I'll be sharing all the necessary files and links in the description, and let's get started. Please have a look into the description on how to install this tool inside Maya. Inside 3D Equalizer, attach the backplate, punch in your filmmax settings, and track few points in the camera group. You don't need a separate point group for the object. You can track all your points in the same point group, and you select all your points, right click, copy 2D tracks, and then we move on to the Maya part. So once you open your Maya, you'll be having a shelf called mmSolver, and so first we need to create a camera and punch in the filmmax values, which is 1.98010, sorry, 1.080, and then the focal length is 35 mm. Look through the camera. We'll import the image plane, backplate, my primitives, use image sequence, and look through the camera, and you should be having something like this. Click on this one, and to do the lineup we need the geometry, so we're going to import the geometry and then just assign some basic material to it. So I'm going to use background shaded so that you can see the wireframe. So I'm going to apply that, and it should look something like this. And just turn off the grid. It should look something like this. And then with the viewport navigation, so I'll try to get some basic lineup, and then I'm going to use Solver to do the perfect lineup. So you go to mmSolver, click on the solver. This thing over here, that's where all your 2D inputs come in, and this is where all your attributes come in, which you want to solve. Like in this case, I want to solve the camera, so all the camera attributes go here, and then we'll have a solver strategy here. Alright, let's do the lineup. Alright, so we're gonna have this wireframe unshaded thing option so that you can see the wireframe properly. Yeah, I'll just try to get the basic lineup again. And so what I'm gonna do is create some 2D points and connect the 3D position for it. So inside the mmSolver shelf, you'll be having this button which creates the 2D point. So you click on that, it creates the 2D point at the center of your viewport. So you're gonna move them. So I'll just move it with my move tool, place it here, and I'm gonna select the bundle attached to it. So every time you create a marker from the shelf, it should automatically create a 3D point associated to it. So, and it's called bundle. I know in 3D Equalizer it's called 3D point, and the 2D points are called points. And here it's called marker. So for every marker there'll be a bundle attached to it. So, and if you want to select the bundle attached to it, you go to the mmSolver shelf and click on this button, and that should select your bundle. So what I'm going to do now is that this bundle should move here, right? So I'm going to snap that bundle there, and then I'm going to lock it, and then I'll move on to the other other areas. So I'll just create again, create a marker again, place it here, and then select the bundle attached to it, and the bundle goes somewhere here. And I'm going to lock it. So we have a shelf button to lock them. So I'm going to just click this so it locks. If it's already locked, it's gonna the tool is going to unlock them, and then if it's unlocked, it's going to lock it, and that's it. So we'll just keep on creating 2D markers and place the bundles properly. So zoom in, place it properly, place it there, and then a bundle attached to it. Select that and snap it there, and then I'm going to lock them and place one more marker here. Let's go here and then select the bundle, snap the bundle to the geometry, lock it, and this should solve our camera, hopefully. So we'll open Solver UI. We're going to select all the markers first, and all the marker goes here. So first we have to create a collection. So to do that, you go to New Collection, and then it creates the solver here, and you select the markers, add the markers, and you select the camera, and you'll have to select the attributes which you want to solve for. So in this case I want to solve for all the translations and rotations. I'm not going to solve for focal length because I know it's exactly 35. So I'm going to put that in, and in order to solve it, the solver needs the attributes to be keyed. So I'll just key it one frame, and what else, and we'll just make sure that all the bundles are locked. Like this, locked, this is locked, so everything is locked. All good, we're ready to hit the solve. So right now we're going to solve only for one frame, so I'm going to click this here and then say solve, and as you see here now the camera is lined up properly, so it's exactly matching here. I might have moved my camera. I'm going to hit solve again. Yep, everything works well, and you can also see the pixel error. So here is my average pixel error, which is 0.18. For the demonstration purpose, considering it's good. So, and we'll move on to the part where we import the points from 3D Equalizer and start solving the camera. I don't need these points anymore. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lock the camera so that I don't move it accidentally. Delete the markers from here, so just select everything, delete them. I'm going to solve for camera, so I'm going to leave it there. We don't need these markers, and we don't need these bundles too. So, and what I'm going to do is select the markers, and we have this tool called m+b. What it does is it selects all the bundles and the markers. I'm going to click that, and sorry about that, and delete it. And so right now what we have is we have a lineup, and we have a camera, we have a geometry. So we'll import the points which we have exported from 3D Equalizer. So 3D Equalizer. So 3D Equalizer, click this copy 2D points, and that should come up in here. So if you say load markers, that it should autofill that, autofill the path so you don't have to do anything. But if it doesn't work, you can do like export 2D tracks, and that should open up a UI and way to export it. And then inside Maya you can browse it and open it, and once you attach the file path here, you can select the camera, for which camera you want to attach those 2D points, and you say load, and that should load your points. Once you input the points, it should look something like this. So all your 2D points will be under a marker group, and you'll be having a bundle attached to every marker. So if you select a marker and click this one, so that's the bundle attached to it. So like them, get 0. So all the points, all the bundles are at the origin. If you look at, so if you select everything is at the origin. And if you look through the camera, just hide the geometry so that you can see the points properly. Geometry, and if I zoom in, you see all this red colored locators, so that's your 2D points which you have imported, and you have exactly what you have tracked. You have exact markers what you have tracked in equalizer, and that should all work well. So I have points here, here, and here. So right now we'll worry about the camera. So for the camera, we already lined up the geometry. So with this geometry, so what we can do is so that I can just select only the 2D points. So I'll select all these 2D points, and I'll just show selection I have turned off so that you would see the markers properly. So you select all your markers, in this case all these markers, and we have a button to raycast markers, so it's same as project points and 3D model in equalizer. So I'm going to select the markers and hit this button, and so what it does is it raycasts every marker from the camera, and wherever it hits the geometry, that value is put into the associated bundle. So in this case, if I select this marker, which is this one, and if I select the bundle of that, so that's the 3D point. So if I go to the perspective view, that's exactly there on the geometry. Cool. And just make sure that all the points are projected properly. So if I select this one, go to the next one, that's there, this one is here, 3D point is here, 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 and this one here, and this one here, and this one is at the origin because those are the object track points, which are these ones. So if I select the 2D marker, so that's this one. So right now we don't worry about that, so we'll just leave it there, and select the bundle. So we make sure we log all the bundles. So this is same as surveyed solve. So what we do is we select all the bundles. So just select the markers first, and then bundles, and we're going to log them. Cool. So all the bundles are logged to the 3D position. So we open up the UI again, and this UI will remember however you have left it previously. So alright, so first we need to, right now we already have the collection which we have created previously for doing lineup. So now we have to add in all the 2D points, which is the markers. So select the markers, add them, all the markers are added, and the camera, it is locked. So we're going to unlock them. And so right now we are not solving for current frame, we have to solve for a range. So I'm going to uncheck that, and that should, so this is the frame range. You can actually solve for any frame range you want. So in this case it's 1 to 120. So I'm going to punch in that. We'll explain what these options are, but right now I'll just leave it there, whatever the default is, and I think that's pretty much it. We can solve. I'm just going to save this file once. That's it. So solve. So it shows the progress here, and it's solved. You can look at the script editor to see the average error. So the average error is 0.02, which is really good. And if you look at the camera, that's pretty good. So you have a camera solve which tracks to the geometry. Yeah, that's pretty good. And now I will demonstrate how to do the object track. So for that, so now that we got a camera track, what I'm going to do is select the camera and lock it so that you don't move it again. We will open the solver. Sorry, this is the script editor. So we'll open up the solver and just remove all these points. We don't need them anymore. I'm going to remove them, and we don't need the camera now, I guess. So we'll remove that too. So now we'll add all the 2D points of the object. Oh, I'll have to do the lineup for the object, so I'll just remove this first. And for the object, we'll just import the obj. Import, and for object, it's obj.ma. Oops, I already lined it up, so I'll just move it. So I'll just move it a bit and then demonstrate you guys how to do the lineup of the object. So let's select the object, key it first, and then move the object close to the plate where it is, and then I'll just probably keep it something like this. I'll just keep it close, something like this. Zoom in, and so I know that this corner goes here, this corner goes here, so that's a pretty good start. So I'll open the solver, leave it here, create a 2D point, and that creates a 2D point. I will select the 2D point, place it here, exactly on the corner, and select the bundle, snap that here, and then lock it. I'll just hide this bundles in markers for now. So select all the bundles and then hide them, and create one 2D marker, place it here, somewhere here, select the bundle attached to it, and snap it, lock, and create marker, place it here, and it's here approximately, bundle, snap it here. I'll just probably create one more, and then just move it here, 2D point, and then select the bundle, snap it here. Cool, that's pretty good. So what we do is we select all the bundles and make sure we lock them. Yep, it's all good, logged. Oh, before locking, what we do is, now that we are solving it for the object, it's same as equalizer. How do you create the object group and import the geometry? In this case, we don't have to create any group, any separate group. All the points can stay in the marker group, and what we have to do is move all the bundles inside that object which you're solving for. So I'll make sure it's all unlocked and move it inside that object, and that's all moved. And once it's moved, just make sure it's in the correct position. All good. So select them, lock them, and then open my UI. So these are my lineup points, I reckon. Yeah, those are my lineup points. Mark them as inputs, and then the outputs attributes are at the object now. So I'll select all the attributes. Oops. And then add them. It's all added. It's all animated. And for now, we'll just solve it for one frame. So I'll just click this option, override current frame, and it's solved. And that should work. So right now the object is snapped to that box, which is correct, and the pixel average error is 0.15 pixels, and I consider it as good. And we have a lineup. So right now I'll just lock this so that we don't move it accidentally again, and we don't need these markers anymore. I'm going to leave the object there so that, because we're going to solve it again. So I'll select the markers and the bundles. We don't need them anymore, so I'm going to delete them. I'll unhide these ones. Select the markers and bundles and unhide them. Cool. So I'll select the markers now and click Raycast Markers button, and that should place all the 3D positions associated to it, which is good. So I will select the bundles and make sure we lock them again. Oops, alright, sorry, I forgot it again. So you'll have to move all these bundles inside the object because you're going to solve for the object. And once you move it, make sure it's in the correct spot. Select the bundles, lock the bundles, and then we'll mark these as the inputs, and these are the inputs, input markers, and we have the object. obj will unlock this object. It's already keyed. We're going to unlock this one so that it turns to frames 1 to 120. Leave it animated. I'll just make sure I don't screw up anything, so I'll just save the file and solve. Cool. Oops. So you have an object there which is matching properly. For some reason the object doesn't show when I'm scrubbing through the timeline, but yeah, it's tracked properly. You can see the error here, which is 0.04 pixels, which is really good. So now you have a camera track and the object track. Pretty cool. So that's how you do a basic camera solve and object solve. Hope it's really clear for you guys. This tool is currently in very early stage of development, and there's a lot of potential to improve. We can do a lot of refinements to the Solver UI and add more tools to get the work done quickly. Please go through the GitHub link which is shared in the description and let us know in the comment section if you have any questions. We'll see you guys in the next one. Good luck.